Too late. I already started. What up? This is Coins to Continue, the quick time
Hi.
events. I am
Hi.
Profex, aka Black Panther. I have Felicia here,
Hello.
and we have Katie here as well.
Hi.
Yeah, and we have Stone back here in the background.
He's our
He's
guest
gonna,
for today.
yeah, he's gonna give some insight. But this is the big E3 roundup. Thank you everybody that have been hitting us up and kind of anticipating our return. We had a little bit of a hiatus for a month or two now, but we're back, and this mask is hot as hell. So I'm gonna take this off. All right.
Black Panther has finally unmasked himself. We know who he is.
Word. And I need a haircut like the one in the movie too. So yeah, it's real. But we're very excited to be back. If y'all could not tell, and E3 was pretty exciting. There was a lot that happened. There were a few surprises. There was some nonsense that I would get into that actually happened at the event that you didn't see online or on streams or anything. But let's get Felicia and Katie's perspective. They were not able to attend the event, which is very sad. A lot of people were asking for y'all, by the way. A lot of people that I ran into really wanted to see y'all, so that means we have to make y'all have to go next year. So
it's gonna happen.
It is. It's
things happen. We have some issues this year, but we're gonna have the whole team out there next year for sure. It's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah.
From the conferences that y'all saw, did y'all watch all of them? Like, I'm sure y'all watched Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo, right?
Yes, and Ubisoft. I didn't watch Bethesda though.
You didn't watch Bethesda? Okay. Katie, what did you watch? You probably watched Sony and that's it, right?
No.
Damn, that's shade.
I know. I'm like, I wasn't sure if I need to take that as like an insult or like, how should I take that?
We know that's your first love, though. We know that.
It is my first love, but that don't mean I don't watch everything else. I caught the tail end of Microsoft. They're not like the halfway point of Microsoft because I was watching my nephew that day. Did I catch Ubisoft's? I think I watched Ubisoft's. I watched Bethesda's. I did not get to see Nintendo's because I woke up too late. And I didn't watch the PC gaming show. So.
I didn't see that either.
Okay, I don't think there's too many people out there that are disappointed that y'all missed the PC gamer show. Just put that out there. I watched most of it, and I was sleepy through a lot of it. It was kind of. It was a drag. I had my hopes up. But
last year. I went to was there.
Yeah,
I was like, thanks for the swag bags.
That food that y'all served was dope, but I'm
trying to
wrap it up. All right. So off the top of your head, without going to any websites or looking at anything, what were some things that stood out from you from the events that you saw? We'll start with you, Felicia. Pressure on.
Damn, I need to refreshen my memory. But for like off the bat, Beyond Good and Evil 2 had me super lit. Yes, I was so hyped for that, especially because just the trailer that they showed, I didn't even know what it was because I didn't play the first one. But the trailer that they showed just grabbed me. I was like, this protagonist is hilarious as hell, and he's a monkey. And then I don't know who the girl is, but I was like, the fact that they have her at the forefront and she's a person of color, I'm fucking with that.
Word.
Damn, what else did I see that I liked? I mean, Super Mario Odyssey, but that's not really new.
I mean, were you not creeped out by Super Mario possessing people?
That was a little strange. I was like, when did Mario turn into like a demon?
Paranormal Activity?
Yeah.
Cool. Whatever.
It was a little sketchy. It was a little strange.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Right,
I don't know. I need refreshing of the memory. You guys say what you.
Katie.
All right. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to do it by like conferences because that's how I'm gonna remember it. Let's see. I definitely love that they announced Beyond Good and Evil 2 because it was something that people were kind of speculating for a while, and the fact that they have like Felicia said, a woman of color with natural hair.
Yes.
At the forefront is awesome. You gotta rep the natural hair. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Definitely people like to shit on Assassin's Creed, but the fact that we get a black assassin in Egypt I'm in there. I'm in there like somewhere. Let's see. Sony conference. The Spider-Man footage was absolutely insane. So excited for that. The God of War footage was equally insane. I love that they showed us some gameplay from Days Gone. Let's see. What is the title? What is the title of that new Bethesda game? The one that everybody says is gonna be better than Destiny.
Anthem.
Anthem. Okay. Anthem. The Evil Within 2. I still haven't played the first one because I'm a bitch. But I'm gonna play the first one so I can play the second one because the second one looks insane. I'm excited for the new Pokemon title that's coming to Switch. And I think that's like all I can think of. Oh, and then obviously more additional footage for Game of the Year Shadow of War.
This Game of the Year already. So, we just gonna crown that.
Yeah, that's I don't give a fuck what else comes out this year. It's Shadow of War. That's it. So I think that's it for me. That's all I can kind of think of right off the top of my head. Oh, and I'm excited that Metroid is coming back.
Word. Okay. Anthem is definitely one of mine, if not the biggest, which I've gotten kind of like hints of it before the show. And then we got to see it in action. And I feel like if you watch the full trailer, I feel like it took shots at Destiny in a way because it has a lot more freedom of exploration. And it kind of had that angle where you were standing looking over a city, and it's kind of like when you're in the tower on Destiny, but you know, you can't really go and fuck with nothing. And then on Anthem, they just took off flying, and I was like, yo, sold day one. Let me buy this like right now. And all right, so Anthem, a surprise for me is the Mario Rabbids game, which is by Ubisoft and Nintendo. Yeah. I'm a big tactical turn-based shooter
Everyone
fan.
was saying Mario XCOM.
Exactly. And I play the hell. Yes, I play the hell out of some XCOM. So I'm all about it. And shout out to Stephen Blomkamp. He's watching the stream, and he has some comments. He said he found E3 a tad quiet this year, but A Way Out is definitely one of his top picks. Shout out to you because I totally forgot about A Way Out. That was the co-op prison escape action adventure game, which you have to play co-op. There is no single player at all, and you can do couch co-op or online, and it's always split screen even if you're online. That game looks like what Kane and Lynch was supposed to be, and I'm excited to play that for sure. He said Anthem is amazing, but the announcement fell flat for you. Man, why you hating, dog? That shit was fire. The announcement was fire. They showed a lot more than I expected them to show this year because there was rumors that it was like pushed into 2019 or whatever, which I'm sure we're not going to get that until 2019, 2020, something like that. What else stood out to me? This was not exactly E3 related. As a matter of fact, the developer said specifically, we're not here for E3. We're here for the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra. So the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that they showed at the end of that, I don't know if you two saw that.
Oh, yeah.
But, you did? Okay. That was off the chain.
Quick thing, I actually found out about that as I was streaming one night.
Oh.
I was streaming, and one of my mods was like, oh my God, Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. And then he tweeted it to me, and I literally, I was in the middle of playing Killing Floor. And the match had already started, and I was like, fuck this shit. I was literally I would shoot zombies and then look down at my phone because I was trying to watch this trailer, and I was so hyped. And everybody, I was in a party with 4 or 5 other people, and we were like, what, Kingdom Hearts trailer? What? Oh my God, send it to me. And we were all watching it, and so some of us died and shit. We didn't give a fuck. We were like, fuck this. We were all freaking out. So I'm hella hyped for that.
Word. Oh, hey, co-sign that. If you save that broadcast, let me know because I do want to go back and watch that. I do want to see that if it happened in the stream itself.
I'll go and make sure, see if it's still available, and I will send it.
All right, cool. And shout out to Game 6 Gaming. He said that a low-key title that he got announced that he's hyped for is State of Decay 2. Yes, that game is also very interesting. I played the original, which for some stupid reason was not co-op. It was single player, but it kind of embodied a lot of what I wanted from a zombie survival game. So the second one with 4-player co-op, like you said, should be awesome. I'm very excited for that as well. So now Did y'all feel like this year was kind of lacking for y'all as far as announcements that were made? Do you think it was kind of like par for the course or more exciting? How did y'all feel as spectators away from the event, watching the streams and such? Katie?
Yeah, I actually talked about that more so kind of after the Sony conference, because obviously, I mean, that is the conference that I'm most looking forward to every year. Because I'm not gonna lie, like when it ended, I was kind of like, that was it, because I kind of expected them to show a little bit more, and for it to be like longer, just in length in general. And I kind of got into a discussion about that, and I said, well, I think one of the things is also because we have PlayStation Experience now. So Sony ends up having two pretty big conferences like a year. You have E3 and then you have PlayStation Experience. So they kind of have to split their games in between both, which it kind of falls perfectly because PlayStation Experience is in what, December, I think, and then December, November, and then E3's in June. So it kind of, comes like every 6 months. But then also one thing I think that like people forget to kind of consider is I almost want to say that when it comes to E3 conferences, a lot of like the, I guess, bigger announcements are kind of like bi-yearly. So like last year was like huge for announcements. We got God of War announcement, we got the Crash Bandicoot Insane trilogy, we got Days Gone, and then at PlayStation Experience last year we got Last of Us 2. We got like all these like huge announcements. So then this year's conference, we didn't have as many like huge announcements of new games, but a lot of it was just updates on and like actual gameplay footage of the games that were announced the previous year. And in my opinion, when it comes to like, I guess, marketing and things like that, it's like not to say like you can't release huge titles yearly, but you got to kind of, to me, it's like it makes sense to spread it out. So I feel like next year is going to be pretty big because a lot of those titles that were announced last year are coming out this year and in 2018. So I feel like this year and probably especially 2019 is going to be a huge year because, at that point, 2019, you may even see new hardware from Sony. And I think that that's kind of how it comes with even the other, not even just Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft, and et cetera, but especially on Sony's case, I think that's kind of what happened. But it definitely, overall, it wasn't as hype as last year's. But I just think it was because, they showed us games that we already knew were coming out. So we're already hyped for them. It doesn't matter if we see gameplay for them or not. We're still hyped. So.
That's very true. They definitely focused, like all of the companies went straight into the games, didn't really have a lot of talking in between, except EA and Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft, which they fucked up because they had to do that really messed up on stage when he was supposed to introduce Need for Speed. That was hilarious. If
Wait, was that a YouTuber? That was like
the YouTuber. His name's Jesse. Yeah, it is hilarious. He actually did a vlog. You follow Casey Neistat, right?
Yes.
Felicia? He's a friend of Casey's, and he did a vlog about messing up and like everything that led up to it. And
I think it was because the what is it? Where they have the
teleprompter?
Yeah, I guess that shut off or something. But yeah, that's my worst nightmare, to be honest. Like you get a big role like that to introduce some shit and then you royally fuck it up. Like,
yeah, that's exactly what he said. Because it was a series of worst nightmares because they told him that somebody else was going to speak before him. And then it suddenly was on him and he wasn't ready, which is why he wasn't facing the camera. And then he turns around and then the teleprompter doesn't work. So it's like everything is bad. And it's, oh my goodness.
At least he remembered the dude's name. That was
no, he didn't. He called them both. He called them two different names.
He did? I didn't catch that. Damn.
I think it was Marcus and Nick are the two names that he said. And I think Marcus is his real name. I can't remember. But, it was hilarious. But before we get Felicia's take on E3, Steven said after what Felicia said that this year was an odd one. He said that he usually laments the lack of focusing just on games, but this year was what we got specifically from Microsoft. And part of him realized that he missed the showmanship of recent E3s. And I could tell you when I was there, that was kind of the general consensus from people around me because we were, at the front of the stage. And while it was really exciting to get the trailers plus. I assume everybody watching the stream can see all the extra stuff around the stage. But while that was cool, it was really weird not having them discuss something. At least when they did like the PSVR stuff, I expected them to come out and be like, hey, this isn't a useless thing. We're selling this amount. It's exciting. Go get it. Now we're going to show you PSVR trailers. All they did was like show the headset on a video and then went into the trailers. Like they didn't talk about it at all. But Felicia, how did you feel about E3 overall?
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with it being a little bit kind of a drab, but I think what Katie said is true. It's like we can't expect to have like an amazing E3 experience every single year. Like they kind of have to pick and choose. Do we want a big E3 where we get a ton of awesome announcements and we're all super hype? Or do we want just like mediocre E3s every single year where they kind of like, you know, divvy everything up and try to announce it in a more like calculated way? I think Microsoft definitely tried harder this year. Like that one part where they kept saying all the games and like after every game would be like exclusive. Like they were trying. I'm like, wow, they're really trying to
going in.
Yeah, because they know everyone's like, yo, where are the exclusives at? So that was kind of funny. But again, a lot of those exclusives aren't like legitimate really exclusive. They're limited exclusives. So they're still not really bringing the heat when it comes to that. But I would say that there was some stuff that I saw that was pretty cool. I was a little concerned. They didn't say anything about We Happy Few. I did see Cuphead on there. So I was like, that's interesting because that was one of the games I'm like kind of looking forward to. Sony, yeah, I was a little disappointed by that because I do love Sony and it was just straight up games, which is cool. I'm not against it, but it was a lot of games that were just making their way onto console. A lot of indie games that were just making their way onto console. And yeah, Nintendo, I was pretty excited about that, but it seemed really short. And it was just a lot of stuff that we had already previously seen, minus Mario Rabbids. It was leaked and everyone was like, oh, you know, I don't really want that. But then when we saw the gameplay footage, we were like, oh shit, this shit's kind of fucking cool.
Hey up, let's go.
And it's like what I forgot what someone said on Twitter. They were like, I didn't even know I wanted this game, but now I want it. Exactly. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm totally with that. Yeah, it was definitely a little lackluster, I would say. But I agree with Katie where I think next year is going to be awesome because Sony didn't really release anything on the hardware side, which you know me, I was caping for that portable. I was like, come on, give us a new Vita, give us something. Because usually, you know, Sony's the first to respond to anything new on the market. So when Nintendo released the Switch, I was like, oh, Sony's definitely going to come with that, you know, something to match that, but they didn't. And then, of course, there's the Scorpio, which I'm still kind of like, I don't know if $400 is like, if you can't bring me no exclusives, I'm going to just have a nice ass fucking console for no fucking reason.
We gonna talk about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my take on it. It was all right.
Yeah, it was cool. The majority of my excitement came from places I didn't expect. Like it didn't really come from Microsoft's stage. It didn't come from Sony's. Nintendo was impressive. Bethesda had some cool things. Ubisoft had some decent things. PlayStation disappointed me mainly because outside of VR, there wasn't a lot of indies shown, and I think you mentioned that as well. It was sorely lacking there, where Microsoft actually did. Microsoft had a lot, which was impressive. Yeah, Nintendo, the Mario Rabbids game was it for me. That's all I needed. Like everything else was just basically fluff. I didn't really care about everything else that they were talking about. You give me that, and I'm good. The Metroid, the announcement that they are doing the Metroid Prime thing, that was, you know, We didn't see anything, but there may not be anything to see. Just like a couple years ago when EA had all these announcements for games and it was like behind the scenes footage and no actual game. Like, I'm fine with Nintendo being like, hey, we're working on this. Don't worry about what it looked like now. We'll get to that later. And co-sign what Game 6 and Felicia said as well. Spider-Man was pretty impressive to see. That game, now that we've seen it in action, I have a better idea of what it looks like. And I saw a lot of people complaining that, oh, there's too many QuickTime events. Well, they chose that particular moment in the game to show us at E3. That's not like indicative of the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get the impression that, oh, this game is going to be a whole bunch of QuickTime events the whole time. Nah, I'm pretty sure that was like a special like story mission, and it just ended in a grand way. Go ahead, Katie.
I think that's a bit of a stretch, because Until Dawn was completely full of QuickTime events, and that shit was
super
rated, was rated so well and got such good reviews. So I don't even fuck that. Like, if a game is literally nothing but QuickTime events can get ratings that good, what does Spider-Man just because there's a few QuickTime events? Like,
well, yeah, I agree with you there. If it were, then obviously Until Dawn is an example of how it would work well. Just from stuff that we've seen in the past, I didn't think it was going to end up being that way. But as beautiful as they were, I don't care if they are or not, because they look really, really good. And,
exactly. I don't care at all.
Yeah, and people that I didn't get a chance to play it hands-on, but people that I talked to about the game that got to play it on the floor said that whole event can unfold in very different ways. So it'll be really interesting to see how all of that comes together. And shoot, I forgot what I was going to say. God dang it. Oh, all right. One thing I want to throw out there real quick. Shout out to Blomkamp. VR did get treated really bad at E3 this year as opposed to last year, but I am tired of Skyrim at this point.
Oh, you and me both. Holy shit.
I'm so tired.
They really
listen, I saw a tweet. I wish I knew exactly what it said, but I was dying. It was like it's the year 2016. And we have on the PlayStation XV or some shit, like the PlayStation X, and we have Skyrim remastered, and it was like remastered for the 60th time, and I was like, basically, like,
oh, I'm so tired. Jim Sterling did a video about the entirety of E3, and he called it the cockroach of gaming, and that's exactly what it is, because it will not go away.
That's the perfect explanation.
Yeah, like. Yeah, everybody was excited for Fallout in VR, and I'm like, that's cool. And then Skyrim, and I was like, all right, I'm tired of this, because we just got Skyrim on Switch announced. PC version, HD. It won't go away, and people love it so much.
They're milking the shit out of it. They're milking the shit out of it.
They are, and it's probably it's probably because their next game is like far off as shit, like not even going to be anytime soon in that world, at least. So
yeah,
whatever, we'll get there at some point. But Skyrim, I'm tired of it, if y'all couldn't tell. But I'm trying to think of anything else that was said that we forgot about. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and address the Scorpio. Let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. He's
doing the hand, so you know he about to spill some tea. I don't know what's going on, but I'm ready to hear what Charles got to say. I feel like there was, Charles actually got into a heated. I was like lurking like the coin
on Twitter
page. Yeah, and Charles got into a heated debate, and I was like, ooh.
I saw some people tweeting about it, and they're like, I don't know why everyone's complaining about the price point. It's supposed to be a nice console. It's like it's the most superior console on the market, and I'm like, yes. That is true, but I'm still not about to pay $400 for that shit. Give me some games. Like, the whole point of consoles is to like make it affordable and like, give us games that we can play on it. But having a PC nowadays seems like such a more lucrative thing to invest in, right? Because like you can get basically any game you want on PC now.
Yeah.
Especially for Microsoft.
Yeah, and that's the fucked up part. Xbox, hello, like. What's
because that's like, I mean, that's one reason why like it's even though like I do want a PC at some point, I'm never gonna officially leave Sony because there is a good amount of games that aren't available on PC that Sony has, like the sort of exclusives that I like from Sony. But if I was an Xbox gamer, like I feel like I would just make that switch to PC. And one thing that you brought up about the Microsoft conference is, you know, how they like were showing games and stuff like that. Microsoft, I feel like at this point has to do that because literally before E3 even happened, like this was, I think, maybe like really, really early in the year, there was an article posted. I don't remember, it was Polygon or GameSpot or something, but they basically made the point that pretty much all of the games that E3 announced last year are canceled. They're not happening. Like Scalebound and like they're just like, or there's like no word on them. Like they got dropped or they got canceled.
I thought I was like really hoping that E3 would come out with like a surprise, like, oh, guess what? Scalebound on the Xbox Scorpio, right? Like that was in my mind, and it didn't happen. And
I was so hyped for Scalebound, and I don't even have an Xbox. I was like, I made an Xbox to play Scalebound. I was like, I fucking love dragons. This is like holy shit. And it's just like, and we kind of, I remember we talked about this on one of the podcasts before, and like what evidently supposedly happened with Scalebound, but just like literally they went down the list of like all the games that they announced for like for 2016 E3 Microsoft conference, and how literally majority of them are canceled and they're not happening anymore. And it's just like, I feel like Microsoft had to come with games because they literally they fell flat on their ass last year because none of it, and pretty much 90% of the games are not happening anymore. And I can't really comment on the Scorpio because I don't know a lot about it. I can kind of comment more on like the 4K PlayStation and stuff like that, which obviously I think that like Scorpio is more powerful and like has better graphics and stuff like that. I'm not a stickler for graphics and stuff. I'll take like storage capabilities over graphics because I hate when I have to like go in and like delete fucking games and like memory to like make space on my PS4. But like, I'm not an elitist when it comes to graphics. So like, I personally wouldn't buy a whole new console just to have better graphic. Now, if I got
in 4K.
Wait, yeah, and then plus I have to have like a 4K TV, and those are expensive. And so it's like if you already have a 4K TV, then I think it's a worthwhile investment. But if you don't already have one, like, or hadn't planned on getting one for like, and you're planning on getting one not for the sole like point of getting a Scorpio or a PlayStation Pro, like then it's like a worthwhile investment because you can just trade in your PS4 or your Xbox One, and then you maybe, I don't know, like the difference that you have to pay, but it's not really that much. But it's like, if that's the case, cool. But if you have to buy a whole ass 4K TV and then the difference, I think it's pointless, and I'm not about to do it because I don't give a fuck about graphics. Honestly, we've come so far in like 20 years of gaming from having like damn near fucking boxy ass pixels with Super Mario World to this shit. Like, I'm straight. Like, I'm fine. I'm not funny about 60 frames per second and some more shit. As long as I can play the damn game, I don't give a shit. So I'm good.
I was rolling with their announcement for Minecraft in 4K though. I was like, what do people play Minecraft for a beautiful graphic? I don't know.
Boxes. I don't understand. Like,
seriously,
that was like peak BS during that conference because like everybody joked about how, man, they talk about 4K too much, and then they're like, all right, Minecraft, you can cross play with everyone, and I'm like, all right, well, they could just leave it at that and we're good. But no, though, we got these 4K shaders and lighting
which was already available on PC. You could get mods for that shit. So yeah, cool that it's 4K on console now. Like they caught up, cool, but to make that sound like it's way more than what it is, come on now.
Yeah. Let's go in though. We're gonna start from the beginning. Shout out to Hayden Else, another person that is watching the stream. Says, yeah, man, I'm on the PC more and more these days. Cosign, so am I. Unless you're on the Halos, sorry for your loss on playing Halo.
Shade.
Zium.
And Game 6 said he's waiting on Halo on PC and he'll drop his Xbox. I mean, I can't even argue with that. I can't argue with that at all. Because like, they're big franchises that we know them for since the day one Xbox. Fable's gone. Gears of War, I felt like it was kind of lackluster. It was cool. It wasn't very different. Crackdown 3, we saw that. It didn't look very different. It looked just like Crackdown 2 to me. Forza is a consistent game. Forza 6 and Forza Horizon, they're beautiful. And Halo, like.
But are we really amazed that they're coming out with another Forza game? Like,
oh no, it's like it's a thing
Xbox
that we know is coming.
like,
it's like a sport. It's a sport. It's just like any other sport.
It's the most predictable console. Like, you know what their trump cards are, and you know what to expect. And I know there's like a demographic for that. Like, people want some like a console that's gonna reliably release their favorite, blah 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 blah, their favorite franchises. But like, if Xbox really wants to take over the market, or at least make a bigger presence in the market, they are going to have to do more than just that. And I'm kind of mad because I feel like Anthem, that's done by BioWare, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that's why Andromeda was kind of like sus.
That's what everyone is saying. But it was 2 different development teams working on it.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, how are you going to do me like that?
It was 2 squads, because everybody saw that and it was like, this is what Andromeda should have been. Anthem is going to be a very different game.
Yeah,
we got to keep that in mind.
It's like,
it did look really beautiful.
What did I say? It's like Destiny meets, what was the other game that I thought about? It's Horizon? Like Destiny. Yes, Destiny meets Horizon, and that's bomb. That's bomb.
Yeah, very, very dope. But start from step 1. Xbox One X is the name, right? That's trash. Like, that's a trash name.
That's fine. They should have just left it as Scorpio. Like, name structure as Microsoft, because it's like Microsoft. It was like 2005, 2006, 2007. Now we getting like Microsoft X and S.
I wanna say like a text that I saw. It was like a screenshot of a text that I saw, because you know how people from the UK, they send like X is like not like a signature, but that I guess means like, it's not like XO, but like a lot of people from the UK and stuff, like, and like messages or like tweets with like an X.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's like a sort of like salutations or something like that, or like an affectionate thing. I don't know, but like I saw a screenshot of a text, and they were asking their friend about the Microsoft conference. They were like, "What's the new Xbox called?" And they were like, Xbox One X. And then the guy was like, no. He was like, I know that, but what's the new one? He was like, I know that. No, I'm talking about the new one. Like, not the Xbox One, the new one. Xbox One X. He was like, no. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Oh,
that is hilarious. But like, all right, so the name is whack. Blomkamp said that PS4 Pro isn't that much better. But here's the thing. Here's where I'll defend it. And we don't deal with a lot of like fanboys, I guess, in our conversations, because a lot of our conversations really aren't geared to like the made up console war.
Here comes the tweets.
But boy, it's hilarious how everybody talked up. If you talked up the Pro, you're included in this. But I saw a lot of people talking about, Xbox Scorpio is about to change console gaming forever and end all this blah, 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 and blow stuff out of the water. Bruh. Fam, the Xbox Scorpio is just like the Pro. Both of them are vanity consoles that are outside of a reasonable price range, because they think that this 4K is going to be a premium thing that everybody wants, when 4K itself isn't even a standard yet. We haven't even gotten to a point where our games are 60 frames per second consistently. We haven't, like, I felt like that should have been the next logical step before we get to 4K stuff, because you can get this 60 frames popping with this TV I got now. I ain't got to buy another TV for 4K. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty sad. Did you want to say something, Felicia?
No.
Because of the fact that I was 95% sure the Scorpio was going to be just that HD version of the console, just like the Pro was. So with that, I knew that there weren't going to be any exclusive games just for that device, because it's not the next console. It's just a better version of what we have right now. But all of their games have to be able to work on all of them. So with that being understood, Microsoft, you got to show up with the games. Did they show up with the games? Not really. As a PC owner, definitely not. If I only have a console, maybe, because there were a couple things that you could get. There's the Forza, Halo, Halo Wars 2 came out, Crackdown 3 is coming out. But if I'm not mistaken, every exclusive they announced, I can purchase on PC. So there was nothing there Sea of Thieves, I think, is even coming to PC. And Sea of Thieves is one of the things that I was excited for on the Xbox. So you didn't come with the games. If you really look back on it, just like Katie was saying, the games that were kind of canceled or kind of fell by the wayside or even delayed were the things I was most excited about. Okay. Fable, I was very excited for that. Scalebound, I was very excited for that. And Cuphead has been delayed like 3 years now. So,
damn.
Yeah, like that got announced way back.
Yeah.
Right. It actually, you're right. Now I think about it. And didn't they announce like a fucking it wasn't Sony, I think it was like Ubisoft. Didn't they announce a pirate game that everybody said looked way better than Sea of Thieves?
Yeah. I think what was it, Black Flag or some shit like that?
Yeah, I didn't get to see it. So like, but I saw everybody that was like, yo, they were like basically fuck Microsoft and fuck Sea of Thieves. And I was like, yikes. I was like, I don't know.
Hold up though.
Oh, okay, what's up?
I had to be devil's, like I saw that, and for like 10 seconds I was excited, and then I really started paying attention to what that game was. It's called Skull and Bones.
Okay.
Okay, right. Okay.
It is not a pirate game. All it is naval combat 5v5 multiplayer. That's all it is. It's like For Honor with boats. Yes, it's For Honor with boats. And I was like, you almost got me, but Sea of Thieves is ultimately more interesting because I'm getting off of the ship, I'm going underwater, I am going to get treasure, I'm actually being a pirate as opposed to just playing a multiplayer match against other people. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, they were slick. They tried to capitalize on the whole pirate thing right now, but
is there a pirate thing right now? I feel like that came out the blue for me. I'm like, what's with all the pirates?
Starting. Yeah, it's starting because like Sea of Thieves opened the door. Then there was another game at PC Gamer Show that opened the door even further, which is probably going to be the better game anyway because you can pretty much make anything you want in that game. And I feel like we're going to get to a point where there's going to be more pirate stuff. It's fine with me because I mean, Beyond Good and Evil 2 is technically space pirates. That's what they're calling it now.
And I'm kind of over the zombie thing. I might get slandered for this, but too much zombie shit. I'm over it. I love zombies,
I'm
but
slandering myself. The roast hand is equipped. We can do this right now.
I'm over it.
Nah. Other people are saying the same thing, but here's my issue with it.
It was like, what's that shit called that the dev got thrown under the bus like the last night or something because he was high key like anti-feminist and all this other shit.
Yeah, that's definitely.
And then someone was like, well, you know, we've got enough post-apocalyptic games to choose from, so one isn't gonna kill us. Not supporting that one isn't gonna kill us.
Yeah, that's true, and it's crazy because when they first teased that game last year, I was like, yo, this looks interesting. Let's get in on this. Yeah, the art style. I was like, I'm all about it. And then I saw it, and then I saw everybody talking about it, and I'm like, why you had to be a shitbag, bro? Why you have to go and do that? Why did you have to go and do this?
I was like actually super hyped for that. And I went on Twitter to tweet about it. And then I just saw all the tweets talking about all this shady shit that he had said and never apologized for. Then his dev team was coming in like, oh, his views aren't a representation of our game. They're not going to be in the game. And I'm like, still though, why am I going to give him my coin so he can be on here slandering women? Not going to happen.
Yeah, and the premise for the game is shaky as hell too. So y'all might want to read up on it. I can't remember the entirety off the top of my head, but when I read about it, I was like, all right, I don't think I'm going to be missing this too much. So, you know, if somebody want to slide a code this way, we'll just put it out to the fans.
Right, like if I can get it for free, I'll play it and check it out, but I'm not spending actual currency.
Yeah, it's a little shaky, baby, a little shaky.
Yeah,
but that for the zombie haters out there, I feel you. I understand. I get it. Especially you, Felicia, because you play on PC, so you have seen even more than the average player.
Yeah,
so I understand, but That game, Days Gone. All right, when they announced it last year, I was like, "Yo, this is garbage. I don't want this. This trailer is weak sauce."
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
when they showed the trailer the first year, last year, I was like, this is like all you're giving me is more zombies that are moving fast, a big old horde, little wave." But then the trailer this year that actually showed the human element outside of the zombies, that made me more interested in the game. It possibly sold me on it completely. So, I if they keep doing zombie stuff well, I'm here for it because we got State of Decay coming, and it looks great. We've got Days Gone. People act like Everybody keeps saying like, "Well, Last of Us," but it's not zombies. It's fucking zombies. All right, it's zombies.
It's a form.
Who says The Last of Us is not zombies? I mean,
this is all people on Twitter.
Zombies.
It's like that's like the exception. Like, it's not zombies. It's plants. It's mushrooms. It's
plants. Okay. 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 First of all, that's fucking stupid because with that logic, because there's I just no, I gotta address this because that's one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my fucking life. Okay, so obviously there's different like ways that zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Apocalypti, whatever the apocalypse. I don't even know the plural for apocalypse. Whatever. They come about in different ways. Okay, so you have the airborne illness. You've got, with that logic, you could basically fucking say that Dawn of the Dead, because Dawn of the Dead, it was just simply there was no room in hell.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different premises for, like, zombie stuff. Like, it's fucking, in I Am Legend, it was a rabies vaccine that, or a cure for cancer, like, whatever the fuck it was. But it's like, there's so many different causes for the zombie apocalypse. Just because you had the cordyceps fungus doesn't mean they're not still turning things into zombies. In fact, because the cordyceps fungus is a real fungus. I'm going to get scientific on everybody real quick. That's
here for it.
That is an actual real life fungus that actually takes over the bodies of like ants and other bugs and basically makes them, they lose control of their bodies. So they're a zombie. And it actually, if you look up the description, to see like what exactly the cordyceps fungus does, it says it reduces ants to a zombie-like state. So that's definitely a fucking zombie game. But I will say that I was excited for Days Gone. I did think that it was kind of reminiscent of Last of Us, but Last of Us was such a good game that it's like, okay, I don't mind a different kind of similar game. But I liked the hordes and the fast running zombies because that's what scares the shit out of me. Like, I'm not scared of The Walking Dead because like slow moving zombies, I would much rather have smart, slow moving zombies than ones that fucking sprint and never get tired, even if they're dumb as rocks. Like, I can't, because like I can only run so long. I literally can only run so long. I'm gonna run out of breath. And I'm not in shape. So it's like Dawn of the Dead, I had nightmares about that shit for weeks. I saw it, I think, when I was in 3rd grade. And I swear to God, I heard their screams in my sleep, like at night for 3 weeks. And so like the fast moving zombies and shit, no, I'm good on that. So it's like, I'm interested in Days Gone and it looks really good. And I like how we have like the little survival camps and, and there's like some, obviously like the trailer showed us like there's some shit going on. Like there was some fucked up shit going on at this camp, and then the zombies came in, and it looks really good to me. I was kind of impressed when I first saw it, and then especially this year I was like, and then there's like a fucking zombie bear that has like barbed wire and shit on him. That's fucking scary because bears are already like OP as fuck. And then we're getting a zombie bear that's covered in barbed wire, and he probably has a machine gun somewhere like mounted to him. I don't know, but I'm just guessing maybe that's probably the shit they would do. I don't want no
get a little crazy. Get a little crazy.
Like,
get a little crazy.
I would rather. I feel like I would rather take on a fucking human zombie than a bear zombie. Like, no, y'all can have that. Like,
True, and they had the dog zombies too. But
right, the dog zombies.
Yeah. Like with the zombie games, I haven't quite reached that point yet. As long as I get a couple interesting ones every now and then, I'll be all right. Just like with shooters, we get a shit ton of shooters all the time. You know what I'm saying? Not like a specific theme, because we've gone away from the modern combat shooter back to World War II again. So whatever, we'll get tired of that in about 5 years when we get like Call of Duty. What is the new Call of Duty called? It's called World War II, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called World War II.
We're gonna get that Call of Duty World War II 2, that Call of Duty World War II 3. We're gonna be looking for that modern game again.
I do want to say that, like, because I was always wondering, because that was one thing that I had an issue with, like, them releasing, and it's cool as it looked. And I actually have a friend of mine who works for Sledgehammer, so he worked on that game, so I'm really proud of him for that. And I think I want to buy it just to support him, because I can't stand Call of Duty. I'm not a Call of Duty person in the least bit, so me saying that is a lot. By the way, shout out to Woo, because like I said, he literally got a job and moved out to like San Diego or San Francisco to go work for Sledgehammer, so I'm like super proud of him. But I was wondering, like, they were literally releasing Call of Duty games every year, and I'm like, aren't they gonna run out of shit to do? There's only so many wars that have happened. And here we go, we get a reboot of it. And even though it looks cool, the history nerd in me obviously loves the fact that we're going back to like, Nazi Germany, and we got like some Russian shit going on. And I mean, I like that sort of stuff interests me. But I did want to bring up one thing real quick. I heard that they don't have any swastikas in the game. How do y'all feel about that?
Why
is everybody quiet?
I get why they're doing it.
Yeah,
they're not really doing it because it's like, oh, we don't want to show the offensive imagery in the game. I think they're doing it because the community that would take advantage of that and put it on their characters and stuff and kind of turn it into a very different thing. I think that they're trying to kind of curb that before it happens.
Yeah, I think it would embolden some people, because they're like, oh, we're being represented in a video game, and a big game at that. And even though you're against them, they'll take that as a like, oh, us being here is making a statement, because now we're in games again, we're in media again, and blah blah blah. And I feel like putting that stuff in mainstream media would make it more normalized, I guess. I don't know.
I think that's what they're getting at.
I completely agree, especially with the current like political climate. I mean, we're seeing like a resurgence of white supremacists, the alt-right, the use of, just Nazi insignia and everything on especially on social media. And especially within the gaming community. God, it's so rampant there. And we'll have to save that for another one of our episodes, discussing like an incident that happened in a Discord, a Black basically Discord gamers.
I saw you tweeting about this.
Yeah, I would love to save that for another episode and talk about that more in depth. But it's like permeated the gaming community, and so it's like, because that was kind of one thing that they had an issue like about. Okay, I don't want you to say shit because I'm bringing this up because this is a good example, Charles. All right, so in BioShock Infinite a few years ago when it came out.
I knew it was coming.
I got up and walked out for a second. You really about to get up and walk away?
I'm gone. I'm done. I quit. I'm gone.
Listen to me. So basically, when BioShock Infinite came out, people were complaining about the way that Asians and Blacks were portrayed in it, and how they were living in the slums, and they were talking about racial purity and stuff like that. And I'm like, but this takes place in like 1905. I was like, you do realize that's pretty much how shit was back then, right. And I like, people were like, and this was some years back. This was kind of before we had all these, obviously racism still existed, but I feel like if anything, it's like Felicia said, it's more emboldened now. So it was kind of safe to do it back then and to be, I guess, politically correct back then. But I think in this case, it's especially because I think they're acknowledging that the gaming community is very fucking toxic in a lot of ways. And I think they're just like trying to be cautious, and I think it's a smart move. So I absolutely don't see a problem with it. I mean, everybody knows they're fucking Nazis. We don't need fucking swastikas to prove that point. Like
Right.
if you're making the ideology, and we know who we fought in World War II, so it's like there's no need for that. You're just reaffirming what we already know. So it's like,
how do we feel about the new Far Cry?
Ooh, I'm ready to. I'm ready. Oh, and listen, the new Far Cry, the new Far Cry, and the new Wolfenstein. Oh, listen,
I didn't see the Wolfenstein.
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta see it.
I need to
you
see
gotta
that.
see it. You have to. And then what got me was like, first of all, you're killing Nazis, so that's amazing enough as it is. But then there is a woman in the fucking trailer, and she is I'm talking about Nubian queen. She's got the fro. She said something to the main character about like, get out of my way, white boy, or some shit. She's just a bad bitch. And I'm like, honey, if I get to like team up with you, I wish I could play with her, but I doubt it. But I'm like, if I get to team up with you, like this is about to be like hella lit. And she's like evidently like the people that are like hunting the Nazis and shit. And I'm like, yo, this is gonna be dope. Like,
okay,
I'm all for that shit.
Or my bad, had some technical difficulties. Basically, like everything USB on my computer cut off at the same time and then came back on. It was weird. But shout out to Sean Joseph who just jumped in. Says Sean Joseph screamed Katie, so I would assume that you know who this person is.
Probably, I think I know who that is. Hi, Sean.
And Game 6 said something about Wolfenstein, which when I came back, it sounded like you were talking about Wolfenstein, right? Yes. Co-sign all of that, and the wonderful black woman that was in that and in Far Cry 5. I think there are 5.
Yeah.
They have a black woman in that looks really awesome. As a matter of fact, Getta Jackson, a really dope journalist, wrote an article. I think it was her that wrote it. She was talking about how it's a small thing to people that don't think about it very often, but it was the representation of black hair in these trailers and how it actually looked for a lot of these people, which it was something I noticed too. It was like, because usually it's pretty bad. Like, I think she mentioned the only game that usually gets it right is NBA 2K. But
yeah, because I
mean, pretty dope representation.
We usually get like the shitty ass looking braids, or like the poor excuses of dreads, or like something just really fucking stupid or really stereotypical. And now we've got this natural hair, and obviously I love it.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, I love it.
Oh, and also Uncharted Lost Legacy is what it's called.
Oh yeah. The spinoff with I don't know the girl's name.
I haven't played the new Uncharted, but I need to play it now because I want that DLC.
It's not even DLC; it's his own game now. So,
oh really? What? That's lit.
Do you think they're coming for Tomb Raider?
Yes, and like they are. Uncharted 4 was a little sus. It was a little off. It had some issues, but this looks fire. And these characters look way more interesting than what we had to deal with in Uncharted 4, which is sad. But I'm very, very excited for that. You know what? Here's the thing. I wasn't tired of Nathan, but they had the opportunity to make it about Nathan and Elena, his wife. And there's a small part of the game that focuses on both of them. And it's the best part of the game. And I'm like, why didn't y'all just make that the whole thing? Because she was already established to be an explorer, adventurer like he was in the first game. So I don't know. Why not follow through with that? Because that would have been great. But I don't know. They messed it up. The epilogue at the end, I don't want to spoil it for anybody. That's interesting and kind of points toward maybe where this game goes in the future. Could be cool. But Lost Legacy looks wonderful. I thought it was Elena. My bad. But what are we missing? Have we talked about everything from this? Did I throw enough shade at the Xbox One X? I think I threw enough shade.
I think you
did.
I think you made it clear. Yeah,
a large segment.
Okay. Yeah. Were there any games that we wanted to see but we did not? Not ones that were canceled, but some that we hoped would get announced, maybe that were like had some rumors kind of going around. Anything that comes to mind for y'all? Mine was Shenmue 3. I just wanted to see more of it. But it was confirmed that we weren't going to see it before we even.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
So that was kind of sad.
I wanted to see Last of Us 2.
You did.
But I figured that plus Sony literally came out like afterwards and said that they cut a lot of stuff from E3 to show at PlayStation Experience. Like they literally said it. So I'm pretty sure we're probably gonna see it there. So yeah, Last of Us 2. Ironically, I was so shocked at the Kingdom Hearts trailer because everybody swore that we weren't getting it this year. We weren't gonna see shit at E3.
But we didn't see anything at E3. We literally didn't see anything at E3.
Technically because of the orchestra. Okay.
Right.
Well, okay. But at the same time, they knew what the fuck they were doing because they're like, oh, hey,
no.
orchestra.
Like Nomura was like adamant. He was like, we are not going to E3. This is not for E3. And I was like, yo, like, why are you throwing shade at E3 like this right now? He was like, we're here for the orchestra.
But I feel like they knew because it's like, oh my God, Kingdom Hearts Orchestra is literally happening at the same time as E3. They fucking knew what they were doing. And I think if anything, that was kind of shade throwing, like being like, fuck y'all, we're gonna debut this at the Kingdom Hearts Orchestra. So, I mean, technically we saw it during E3, but not E3. But like, I didn't think we were gonna see it. Not even like obviously it wasn't shown technically at E3, but like I didn't think we were gonna see shit to like later this year, next year. So now I'm a little bit more hopeful that hey, we're not gonna have to wait 10 more years for this shit.
What about what is it? The Final Fantasy VII reboot or whatever?
Yeah, the remake.
That wasn't
there.
Didn't that get pushed back?
It got a little. Well, they said that. They made an announcement about changes in development that pretty much mean we pushing this shit back. So like, we got some other stuff that we got to do, but apparently they're putting a whole team on it now. We'll see. Yeah. I'm hoping that the first part for that comes out next year. I don't see why it wouldn't, but yeah. Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy Remake, Shenmue 3, who was it that said it? Game 6 said Animal Crossing was a hope. He's actually not alone in that. I saw a lot of people tweeting that they wanted a new Animal Crossing
for the Switch. That would be ideal to play on a TV.
Yeah. What? Yep. You know what? I got a last question for us before we shut all this down. Do we feel more confident in the Nintendo Switch now?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, no hesitation. I thought we was going to have some deliberating.
Yeah.
No, nothing. Hell yes. All right, cool. Because I'm pretty much there with you because the Mario Rabbids thing was good enough for me. Metroid's coming in the future. When it came out, I was like, I'm going to buy it on Black Friday anyway because then games will be out. And that pretty much, this E3 kind of confirmed that for me. So, Switch purchase. Neither one of you have it yet, right?
No,
I have it, but my shit got stolen.
What?
Yeah.
Somebody like snatch it out your hand and run off?
No, it's a story I'll save for a podcast if you guys want to know. Tune in.
I need to hear about this because I've been somebody's ass.
I don't know, girl. Trust me. But yeah, you know what I really like about Nintendo is that they take an idea and they just go with it regardless of what people say. So like the Switch was one of those things where a lot of us were like, do we even want this shit? Like it's another gimmicky Nintendo thing, blah, 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 blah. There was so much like, people sleeping on it and being like, and then it came out and they're just like, they're like pushing this shit home. They're like, guess what? Like we are 100% invested in this console. And you can see it with the games. You can see it with how they're setting everything up. Like a new game comes out every month. Like they're really like on their shit. So respect for Nintendo.
Yeah, I respect what they're doing.
Atari,
I guess.
Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah, there's supposed to be a new. Yeah, I saw the rumor. I didn't read. I saw the headline.
Yeah,
that Atari's making a new console.
They looking at Nintendo like, word. We about to come in here too.
It's crazy because all of our classic people are kind of coming out in different ways. Because we got Nintendo Switch, Atari wants a new console. Sega's like, hey, we'll give you all of the classic games we had back in the day. You can play them on your phones now. And it's like,
ooh, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, they're bringing all.
I literally saw that article and I didn't know if it was true or not because I like the site that I like saw it on was like the name kind of looked sketch. I was like, I don't know, it's probably some fake shit. I was like, I don't believe this, but now I know it's true, legit. So I'm excited.
Yes, it's legit. So we got some interesting happenings going on. I don't know what Atari thinks they're going to do, but whatever.
They're gonna bring arcade gaming back. I don't know.
We'll see. I'm gonna be checking for it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But
right.
I want to give a few shout outs to everybody that I got to meet at E3. Shout out to the show radio, which we might have them on later tonight, actually, because they wanted to talk about the game, but they're not available until much later. Gamertag Radio, Spawn on Me, of course, the Coalition Family, Gaming Illuminati, met them when I was out there. Andrea, got to see her and actually meet her in person while I was at E3. Cassidy Moser, yes, Joseph Noob, so many other people that I'm probably forgetting, but it was really awesome to see all these people at E3. I am going to drag Felicia and Katie kicking and screaming to the next one. So,
I'll go.
I'm going.
Yeah, I'll throw myself. I'll be like, let's go.
It's funny because I literally told my boyfriend, I was like, oh, I wanted to go to E3 this year, and I was just like telling him about it because I'm really throwing around the idea of going to TwitchCon this year. And I was just like telling him about like E3 because he's not like a gamer like me, so I had to like break down like what E3 was and why it matters so much. And so he was just telling me, he was like, yeah, it's like I can make that a gift for next year. So it's gonna happen. So I'm excited for it.
Yes, let's do it. This is gonna be dope. I'm very excited. Anybody that watched this particular stream, thank you very much. Hit us in the comment section and let us know what you thought about E3 and your favorites. Also, thank you to the people that participated in the live chat. Sean Joseph, Game 6, Hayden, Steven, and there was another Steven that jumped in for like a hot moment. But thank y'all for watching. We greatly appreciate it, and we appreciate everybody being patient while on this hiatus. But the podcast is coming back. It may not be this upcoming week, but the week after. But we've got some things in the works, some new elements being brought to the show, and it's going to be very fire. So thank y'all very much, and we will see y'all in a couple weeks. Peace out.
Bye guys.